Everything in my body is telling me I shouldn't go out on a date with this guy from work. I 23 female was asked out by 36 male coworker. I've been working at my place of work for almost a year now and he's one of the first people I've met that was very nice and welcoming, and we've chatted at work here and there. Recently he's been stopping by before he leaves and we've been talking more. To me it's never been flirty, always friendly. This Friday he asked me out and I said yes and we exchanged numbers. We've been texting all weekend and it's nice conversation. He's very polite and sweet and traditional. But he told me that he's still married and they are separated, have been since the beginning of the year. I won't lie, when he was telling me, it didn't sit right with me, but I had no reason as to why. As we were talking about it, he asked me not to tell anyone at work and keep it strictly between us as to not start any gossip. I haven't dated anyone in a while, I've been so busy with school and work. At first the thought of going out sounded nice, but now I'm completely unsure how I feel. My friends tell me to go for it, it's only one date and it wouldn't hurt. Yet something is nagging me that I shouldn't. Should I just go on the date and see how it goes? TLDR co-worker asked me out and I said yes, but now I'm unsure if I should go. As a baseline, dating co-workers is risky and I don't think it's worth it unless you really think it will work out. What happens if the date sucks and you don't want to go out again? Is he going to act like a normal person, or will he be weird to you at work? Does your company have policies on co-workers dating? Probably. What happens if you date for a while and break up? It can just lead to really uncomfortable positions for the people involved. The being married but separated thing is like a thing, but it's also a line cheaters use. If it feels off to you, it's fair to call it off or ask for more information before you get invested. The fact that he wants this to be a secret makes it extra fishy. Is he afraid his wife will find out? Or is he afraid he'll get in trouble for pursuing a co-worker 13 years younger than him? I don't think someone who wants dating to be kept a strict secret is super trustworthy, especially not if that's your married but separated co-worker. Your body is right. This is red flag city, co-worker, older, separated but not divorced yet, yeah, right, requesting secrecy. No way this will end well. Most likely he'll go back to his wife. Next, most likely you'll get tired of him trying to boss you around while scanning for a more gullible young person, and one of you will have to find another job, probably you. And the rumor mill will be all over it from the get-go. I would ask to talk to the wife he's separated from to ensure it is indeed over. I realize he's going to be hesitant to stir that up depending how their marriage went. But if he is serious about you, he would put the effort in to make sure the air was clear. Also, if your gut is telling you something and it is really nagging, that is your intuition telling you everything you need to know. I personally think dating at work is excellent, so there's no problem there. It's also very common to keep the fact two co-workers are dating under wraps until they know it's a more serious thing. That's just being responsible and preventing gossip. However, he's a lot older than you are. That's not something I like at all. He's also married but separated, and while that is completely normal and common, it is only since the start of the year. Whether you should date him or not is something you can decide. Go with your gut. Tell him that him still being married is a non-starter, to talk to you again when his divorce is official, like 30 days or more official. If he wanted to keep his work life separate from his personal life, like you mentioned in one comment, he wouldn't attempt to date at work. The fact that he says he's separated but not divorced would be a no-go for myself personally. That lie it's told so many times, it's a common thread on Reddit. If you two started dating while being co-workers, it would definitely become common knowledge. It might just take a while, so if he doesn't want workplace gossip, he shouldn't have asked you out. Girl, no. Just don't. Every married man who cheated on his wife told his mistress he was separated. Ask him if she can confirm the separation on FaceTime. A call just won't work because he could give you any other woman's number. If for whatever reason he says he is not okay with it, don't go out with him. He is pulling this shit on you because you are young BTW. This sort of thing doesn't fly with older women. By the way, no man who is taking you seriously romantically will want to keep you a secret. It's completely reasonable and okay for you to not want to date him because he's not divorced, is older, or wants a secret relationship. Not everyone is comfortable with having a private relationship or being with a technically married man, and that is valid. Even if these weren't red flags. Which I agree, they could be. Don't go on a date with him just to see. You know this isn't what you want, and going out with him could just complicate your feelings and will definitely affect your work more. Politely decline, citing the work and/or relationship. When he was telling me, it didn't sit right with me, but I had no reason as to why. Because he's still married? Lol, tell him to call you when he's got divorce papers in hand. And that is if you can get over the creepy age gap, which I don't advise doing. If you decide to go through with it, ask to go see his house, so he can show you they're really separated. Ask her about it on Facebook, whatever, just be really sure that what he says is going on is actually what's going on. I find it really suspicious that this is the first you've heard of a wife and a separation. Most times people who are going through marital problems broadcast it. After knowing him for a year already, you should have heard something if he was having a bad time with his wife. If you learn nothing else at this job, learning to listen to your gut will still have been worth it. When everything in your body is telling you not to do something, it doesn't matter what your friends say. They can date this guy if they think he's so great. Your subconscious is always picking up on things that your conscious can't necessarily articulate in the moment, but it often comes through as a very bad feeling. Respect your bad feelings. They're a valuable tool. I wouldn't. Back in my youth I was in a similar situation. Except 6 months being separated ended up being 6 weeks, and he was still living in the home by sleeping on the couch. I had a really awful feeling about it and ended things. He ended up showing up to my home unannounced, 2+ hours away, to wait for me to come home by hiding out of sight from my driveway. Extreme example, but a tale of caution. It could be innocent, but he could also be trying to hide an affair. The extreme age difference is also a bit alarming. There's over a decade between you two. I would cancel politely and keep your working relationship professional moving forward. Girl, he's too old for you. Find someone your age instead, I promise you. You ain't missing much dating someone who is older. Majority of these PPL creep on younger folks because of their beauty, sex drive and bragging status. People claim older people are more mature, little true but not 100% accurate. Especially the ones going for younger women and men. Date someone your age, have fun, fall in love, get your heart broken, etc. That's part of growing up and living life. Always listen to your body, always period. But also understand you never have to justify your decisions to anyone. Sorry for the exclamation marks, excessive but necessary to convey how true this is. I've decided I am not comfortable dating a coworker. That is all you have to say. Why get further involved in his business? Don't judge him or the situation or try and figure out if he's lying. It's a waste of time and energy. You've already given him too much. Find a partner that your body feels how you want it to feel. As a 36-year-old, I think his behavior is totally out of line. As a younger person in the office, he is taking advantage of your vulnerability and politeness to groom you into a relationship that suits his selfish needs. He is bored with his wife and is looking to you for some entertainment, but this guy is not worth your time. Do you really want to be looking after a man, baby? I totally understand the inclination to give him the benefit of the doubt, but this guy is not a good person. Listen to your gut, it sounds totally spot on to me. Don't worry so much about being nice or polite. He doesn't care about your well-being, so why should you care about his? Just firmly turn him down and limit contact while keeping it professional. He is offering attention, flattery and friendship to draw you in. I would suggest looking elsewhere to get these needs met, so you are less vulnerable to his advances. I was once friends with an older man who pulled some of these moves. When you are in the situation, it can be harder to see that you are being manipulated into an arrangement that isn't good for you. Part of what makes it insidious is that they do meet your emotional needs in some respects, but that's how they draw you in, and it's part of a grooming process, so you will trust them and they can get past your boundaries and better judgment. Once I got the fuck away from him, it was way more obvious, and I am so glad I had someone who helped me see I needed to end it. I do miss the friendship, but I don't miss him trying to get in my pants. At the end of the day, he only gave me that emotional support as a strategy to escalate into a sexual relationship. It wasn't real friendship. I am so grateful I got out when I did. So proud of you for listening to your gut. When I was your age, I started dating an older guy who worked at the same college where I worked. He also was separated. He also didn't like mixing work with personal life. I still jumped into a relationship. Fast forward 8 years, I find out he's cheating and break it off. Fast forward to a month ago, another ex of his reaches out to me and we discovered he dated me and several others at the same time. All of which were professional colleagues. Oh, and I found out from her that he didn't divorce until 2 years into our relationship. Just saying. I wouldn't do it if I were you. I personally would never take the chance of dating a guy who is separated but not divorced. I don't trust that. Those types of couples get back together too often and then you are standing there looking like an idiot. Plus, there's always the chance that the guy is lying about being separated, and when it all blows up he and his wife can throw it in your face that you knew I was married. And then you trying to explain the technicalities of I knew you were married, but thought you were separated just makes you come out looking bad. Nope, 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 all the nopes that ever noped in Oakland. When he can show you an official legal divorce decree and an address that does not include anything to do with his official ex-wife, then maybe, consider thinking about going out with him, if you can get past the BS he's trying to bury you in now. Believe in yourself, girl. If your gut is telling you something, listen. Please. Update me about whatever happens. Okay, so red flags for me. 1. Separation not yet divorce, better sure than sorry. 2. Secrecy, no relationship must be in secretary. And if you guys date you'd be the ultimate gossip at office. 3. Age gap, if you don't mind that then alright. 4. Traditional, you didn't elaborate so I'd to what extent. 5. Workplace relationship, unless your company is okay it. 1 to 5, sounds like a classic case of an older man trying to prey on a much younger woman. Only you'd bear the damages in this. Now, if you are worried then why force yourself? You are under no obligation. You can treat yourself. You can also get better prospects than someone who is separated and older. Even a date is you spending your time, that's valuable. Agreeing to that would mean you are somewhat into it too. So, go only if you feel like it. Don't get pressurized by society or friends. Just because you have been dating in a while doesn't mean you date anyone. Do what you feel is right.